Basically, the elections have been cancelled, and then we also have the trial that's, I think it started about an hour ago, where basically they will decide if Mr. Călin Georgescu will be allowed to run again. So, which one should we begin with? Let's go to the European Pravda and talk about Romania. How the Romanian authorities help elect a pro-Russian president and how to avoid it. It almost sounds like a guide, doesn't it? Well, let's see where they guide us. An unprecedented step by the Romanian state to cancel the presidential election during the second round has plunged the country deeper into crisis. This comes as a complete shock. I still haven't recovered. Who would have thought that cancelling the elections in the second round would completely destroy the people's confidence in the authorities? But, again, we have to act surprised here. Let's carry on with the guide. This decision has only increased the likelihood of a Kremlin-backed candidate winning. The translation is this: most Romanian people have lost all confidence in the system. Not that they had much to begin with, but now it's completely gone. And I'll explain why. Over the last 35 years, every single Romanian politician, especially the ones who made it to president or to higher positions, they've promised the Romanian people the same thing. The change. Oh, we'll bring you the change. If you vote for me, I'll bring the change. And it's gonna be so good. The times will be so good, you won't even know what to do with them. Well, let's just say that change was nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. You know that good old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Well, that's exactly the case of Romania. This is why people, over time, they've lost confidence in the system. And what they've done here, that just puts the cherry on top. That's the last straw. Then let's get to Călin Georgescu. This is a politician that the people in Brussels absolutely do not like. And it's very simple to understand why. He advocates for sovereignty. And this is where I want to address directly the people who say, oh, Mr. Călin Georgescu said this, and he said this, and he said that. Don't get lost in the details. Look at the bottom line. And the bottom line is very simple. He advocates for sovereignty. That's where everything he says goes into. That's really the foundation of everything he says, right? So let's look at that. Sovereignty. This is exactly what people in Brussels don't want you to talk about. The last thing they need is another Viktor Orban, is another Robert Fico. And Călin Georgescu is exactly that. A person, a politician who advocates for his country's interests first. He openly says that he's a fan of Donald Trump. My friends, this is the bottom line. This is why he's so disliked in Brussels, and this is why everybody in that clique calls him pro-Russian. Now, with this understanding, let's carry on and get to the juicy part. The Romanian authorities are ignoring the main message from voters. The country needs a change from its corrupt, outdated elites. This is the only time when the European Pravda and I are on the same page. I couldn't agree more. Yes, the system is deeply corrupted, and yes, it's the same old outdated politicians, elites as they call them, who are doing their machinations behind the scenes.
Things are going to get so bad for Europe that, you're going to get some election results that are going to shock people, and sometimes they're going to try to cancel them like they did in Romania. We've got the German general election in February, and let's say the alternative for Deutschland, if that party wins, they could do the same thing they did in Romania, cancel the election.
The attempt by the deep state of Romania to perpetrate their own Russia election hoax is so pathetic. Is so pathetic and lame that even the number two person, the candidate, the second candidate, number two candidate in the election that was canceled by Romania because they said the leading candidate was being helped by Russia on social media. Even the number two candidate has denounced what's going on. And so here we go. Here's the number two candidate. This is a report. And by the way, you're not going to see this hardly anywhere, at least in English. This information is pretty much being buried. But fortunately, we have the UK, the Telegraph from Britain, with this report. Here it is. Romanian presidential candidate says intelligence agents should be fired over canceled election because they were the ones that came up with this, just like the FBI here with the Steele Dossier that they knew was fake. Same thing here. Same thing now going on in Romania. So this is Elena Lasconi. She was the number 2. She came in second, but give her credit that she is now denouncing what the deep state of Romania has done. This now here's an article from Sunday, the 29th of December. Okay, so here, let's read this. Romanian intelligence chiefs should be fired for creating an ambiguous report used by judges to annul the country's general election results, a leading candidate has said. That's Lasconi. Speaking exclusively to the Telegraph, Elena Lasconi took aim at intelligence agencies, police, prosecutors, and even the Internal Revenue Service for their role in a shambolic election process, which ended in its cancellation. The first round result last month caused a political earthquake in the former communist country. Polls had suggested that the incumbent center-left party led by Marcel Ciolacu, I'm hard to pronounce that name, the prime minister would easily win. However, Kalin Georgescu, a pro-Russian critic of NATO, took 23% of the vote share and surged into the lead. Miss Lasconi from the pro-European Save Romania Union, USR, party came second with 19%, securing a place in a runoff. The shock result sparked an investigation by intelligence agencies who allege that Romania was the target of aggressive hybrid Russian attacks, including on social media. Yep, sounds like right here, the American presidential election from 2016, Russia, same playbook, except there they just canceled the election. Intelligence agencies claimed that Mr. Georgescu's surge in popularity was due to a highly organized and guerrilla messaging strategy coordinated by a state actor. They also questioned whether Georgescu had benefited from undeclared financing, which would be illegal. Mr. Georgescu has denied any wrongdoing. The report released by the Romania's Supreme Council of National Defense referenced Russia as a source of aggressive hybrid actions, including cyber attacks and disinformation. However, it stopped short of providing detailed evidence linking Russian interference to the election results. Yeah, so it stopped short of, no detail. You got that? No detailed evidence. It doesn't exist. Now critics say that the evidence is thin and does not warrant the result being canceled. Oh, you don't say. Just like we found out later when the much vaunted Mueller report came out. Guess what? It said no Russian Trump election collusion. So this is the same thing, the same damn playbook. Man, this is so familiar. And Mr. Georgescu has found an unlikely ally in his opponent, Miss Lasconi. Yeah, this information, this assertion that of Russia, and Romania is so ridiculous that even his main opponent doesn't stand by it. Thank God for her. Good for her. The court's decision was illegal, immoral, and crushes the very essence of our democracy, she said. Intelligence agencies, police prosecutors, and even the Internal Revenue Service, all of them failed to intervene when they needed to. Some people should pay the price for letting this happen under their watch, she told the Telegraph. Yeah. Hey, hello. I'm thinking already in the American people that should pay the price is like James Comey, Andrew McCabe, John Brennan, a lot of other bad actors in our own deep state when they perpetrated the Russia hoax. Okay, let's get back. I haven't seen one person in charge within the intelligence community being fired or quitting their job. People demand answers, and more than a week later, these details are not convincing, Miss Lasconi added, calling the evidence ambiguous. I call it, you know what I call it? I call it BS, just like here in America with the Russia hoax.
Trump, Putin, Russian collusion.
Trump, Russian sort of collusion.
Trump, Russian, possible collusion. Trump, Russian metal collusion. Trump, Russia, possible collusion.
Trump, Russian, potentially collusion.
Trump, Russia, possible collusion.
Trump, Russian, possible collusion.
Trump, Russian bot collusion. Trump, Russian collusion. Trump, Russia, possible collusion. Russian hacked our election. Here comes a big change. Because all of a sudden, Trump, Russian, possible collusion, Russian collusion.
Trump, Russian, possible collusion.
Trump, Russian, possible collusion. Trump, Russians, collusion.
Collusion with the Russians. Trump, Russia, possible collusion. Trump, Russia, possible collusion. Prove collusion. Prove collusion.
Was there collusion?
Absolutely.
Trump, Russia, possible collusion. 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 Trump, Russia, potential collusion. Trump, Russia, potential collusion.
And the Kremlin and be in collusion with Putin. And the Kremlin and be in collusion and Putin. And the Kremlin and be in collusion with Putin. And the Kremlin
are very
and
worried.
be in collusion. This president in collusion with Putin. And the Kremlin and be in collusion. This president in collusion with Putin. And the Kremlin
are very
and
worried.
be in collusion.
All 17 intelligence agencies.
17 agencies.
17 of our intelligence agencies have confirmed.
17 different United States intelligence agencies.
17 of them.
Subscribe to the Dummy Funnies now!